Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol, and the first in a series of videos I'm going to be doing, plotting my progress up to competing in the Goodwood Spring Sprint, which takes place on Easter Monday this year. I'm going to be competing in my John Cooper Works Mini Roadster Ruby, and I thought it might be a bit of fun to kind of sort of follow my progress there. And this first video I thought I'd do just basically asking the simple question, what is a sprint? And if I want to compete in a sprint, what kind of equipment do I need, and how do I get into it really? I've done lots of track days, as I'm sure many of you have, and I just wanted to know what the next thing I could do would be in terms of proper competition rather than just driving around on a track day. And a sprint is an excellent way into motorsport. All a sprint is really is a standing start, timed lap around typically a motor circuit. So if you want to do a sprint, the first thing really is you need to join a local motoring club, because they'll be the guys organising the sprint. So I'm a member of the Goodwood Road Racing Club, and they're the guys organising the sprint on Easter Monday. Once you've found your club, when you compete in a sprint, the really cool thing is you don't actually need to have a full-blown racing licence to compete in a sprint. You can do it in what's called a National B Speed licence. And the application process for that is quite straightforward. If you went to the MSA's website, and I'll put all the details of this in the comments section below, but if you go to the MSA's website, there's a link there and you can apply for your speed licence. I think they're £43 for the licence. Or you could go and do your full-blown National B race licence and do what's called your ARDS Test. And I did that a couple of years ago, and I have to say it was excellent fun. You kind of need to have some track experience, so there are some circuits that will do kind of ARDS warm-up courses for you, but the ARDS test, it takes a day. It includes lots of kind of one-to-one tuition in a race car. I did mine in Lotus Exeges around Silverstone, and it was fantastic. And then you have a driven assessment. You have to pass an exam which includes tests on all the different types of flags used at motor racing events. And that's really cool. If you want to do your ARDS test, the first thing you need to do is buy what's called a Go Racing pack from the MSA. And Go Racing packs are £95, and they give you all the information you need to have, in order to do your National B licence. You'll need to get a medical from your doctor, and you'll need to do your ARDS test. Once you've got that, you can compete not just in sprints, but I could do hill climbs, and I could actually do some wheel-to-wheel racing as well on circuit. So it kind of gives me the ability to start becoming kind of, a racing driver. If you want to do the sprint, the other thing you're going to need to do, unfortunately, is buy some equipment. The good thing is you don't need to have a racing car. You can use your own road car. So most sprints will have different categories for your road car, but you do need to buy some equipment for you personally. And the first thing you're going to need to do is buy a helmet. Now, when you do a track day, often you're able to use a motorcycle helmet. But if you're going to do a sprint, because it's run under full MSA regulations, you need to have a fully approved FIA helmet. So you need to buy a helmet that's got either FIA or SNELL approval. Now, when you get your MSA license, they actually send you their yearbook, and all the details about the regulations are in here, and they'll give you sort of lists of what helmets to look out for. But this is my helmet. I've had this scrutineered, so I've got an approved by MSA label on here. The only downside is you'll find these are a little bit more expensive than a motorcycle helmet, so you're probably talking £300-400 start point to get a full FIA approved helmet. So that's the first thing you need. Next thing you're going to need is some fireproof racewear. So I've got my race suit here. And again, the other thing the MSA do quite kindly is they send you a Demon Tweaks catalogue when you get your license. Obviously there are other providers out there and other shops, but these guys really know their stuff, and there's an excellent range to suit all budgets in here. So when you go and buy your race suit, one of the things you need to look out for is on the back here is this is a little label that's got all of the details about the specification this is made to. And when you compete at the sprint, you will be scrutineered. And as well as checking your car, they're going to check your equipment, and they'll look at this to make sure that it's got the right approvals. So you need to buy a race suit. Again, you can be looking at a race suit really from about £250 upwards. You can spend a lot of money on these things, but certainly 250 quid will get you a properly made race suit. Next thing you're going to need is some fireproof boots. So these are my race boots. Again, these range in price you're probably starting about £70–75 for a set of fireproof race boots, and they've got all the sort of regulations and stuff. Again, it says on the tongue here that they are compliant with FIA standards, so you'll need some of those. And then you'll also need some fireproof race gloves. And again, you need to look out for the FIA label on the glove, which gives you the regulations. And that there, you're probably looking at £40 to £50 upwards for a pair of race gloves. And that's pretty much all the kit you need. You will get mega helmet hair during your sprint, so you also probably want to have a really cool baseball cap to walk around the paddock and make sure you look the part. So this is my GRRC baseball cap. And that's pretty much all you need. So the next video I'm going to do, I've got a test day in a couple of weeks' time, where I'm going to be sort of doing a video talking about what you do on a test day and looking at some of the other cool cars that will be there. Because actually the day I'm on, it's run under full MSA regulations, so you have to have all of the equipment on. But it's also a test day for the Goodwood members meeting, so there should be some really cool cars there. I'm a little bit intimidated, if I'm honest, because I don't know what I'm going to be testing against. I could be being overtaken by all kinds of cool things. So I'm going to do a video around that, and then I'll do a video actually on the day of the sprint itself, and I'm going to do a video talking about how I need to prepare the car and the kind of things I need to get ready for that. So I hope you found this useful. Keep an eye out for the future videos about all the sort of run up to the spring sprint. As I said, if you want to have more, have a look at getting your license. I'm going to put some information in the sort of below the video in the details section. I'll put links to the MSA website, links to Demon Tweaks, those types of things, and you can have a look. But the doing your National B license is a whole lot of fun if you can afford to do so, and also you kind of have your race license, which is pretty cool too. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up if you have. As always, put some comments below. If you haven't subscribed to Petrol, please do so, and that will keep you up to date with all my forthcoming videos. But I best sign off, and you take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next adventure with Petrol. Drive safe.